Dean of Student Development and Campus Life at Berkeley College in New York City. And I also coach our women's basketball program there. So I'm in charge of a lot. I oversee clubs, activities, a bunch of things. But I'm here to talk to you today about work-life balance and what that all means. And so right now where you are in life, this balance process is a journey. So I'll first start off by saying that. And so everything you hear today, some will apply today, and some you'll be able to apply down the road. But it is something that you should be able to apply to every aspect of your life, because it'll benefit you in the long run. So work-life balance, and I titled it Wrestling with the Inner Me, because inside of all of us, every day, especially as college students, there's some type of like wrestling that goes on. Like, do I get up and go to class, or do I stay in the bed? Do I finish this paper, or do I procrastinate and keep it for another 2 weeks? Do I go to the gym and work out, or do I just, maybe go to do something, hang out with my friends somewhere? So there's always some type of wrestling daily that goes on within us. And those of you who may be at the end of your academic careers, you may be in a process where you're saying, well, what does life look like at the end of my when I'm finished? Will I have a job? Will I be able to get a job in the area that I want? And so daily there's this wrestling that takes place within each and every one of us. So, how do you think you have balance? Let's start by asking that. You feel like your life is balanced?
No, there's chairs.
One?
There's still chairs.
Okay, a few people?
No.
Alright. And so, we'll get one of these. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. If you would, people would come in, just grab it from there.
Yeah.
All right. So every day there's, just trying to figure out how balanced your life is, and figure out where I am as far as life balance. And so before we do that, I want to do something called what's a power of a minute. And so I want you to turn to the person to the right of you. All right. So just get a partner. It doesn't matter if they're to the right or left of you.
Hey, partner.
So have a partner. All right. So there's a power of 1 minute, right? And so in 1 minute, a lot can happen. In 1 minute, you get a phone call. You can change your day, make it good or bad. But a minute has a lot of power to it. And so for a minute, what I want you to do is turn to the person next to you. And so, what's your name?
Caitlin.
If Caitlin and I were going together right now, she has to be quiet for the entire minute, and your job is to compliment Caitlin. All right, Caitlin for an entire minute, and then I'm going to say switch, and then you're going to switch roles. Okay? All right. Everybody cool with that? Ready? Go.
Okay. Do you want to go first or me go first?
You can be quiet, because when you walked in, I wanted to say, oh, I love your boots.
Thank
Fantastic.
you. Thank you.
And you're extremely nice. I was looking for you at the dinner. I was like, oh crap, I didn't get those pictures from you. So you send those.
I will send them to you.
So, and you're an incredibly good listener. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And you have beautiful hair.
It's crazy.
It's what?
It's crazy.
Is it?
So long.
How long have you been growing it?
I basically had long hair like all my life. Like 4 years ago, I cut it off like up to here, and then so it's just grown back out. But it's always long. Always. If I had the guts, I would like chop it off. But
Oh, hey.
oh, here you go, sir. There you go. I'm just a paper distributor. Yeah, no problem.
And I really like your attitude. You seem. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I like your boots too. You had your foot up a second ago.
Oh yeah, they go all the way up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they go all the way up. Nice. And I just like your whole demeanor yesterday, and how you were like, I was in this bad place, and like came out of it, so now I'm here. So I compliment you for that, and recognizing that you're in a not good place. Will you give him one? And yeah, just for making a change. Because changes are never fun. Well, they can be, but it's not easy. And you were also very nice and welcoming. Like, yeah!
All
So
right,
that's always
great
good.
job, great job.
So I think we worked together yesterday.
Keep your board.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't
What did you
know. I was
learn?
excited. I'm like,
What did
"Do
you
see
learn
this? I
about
broke
a
this with my
minute
bare
that you
hands."
maybe didn't think about before?
Everybody was like,
She can make me
I'm like, yes.
Say it again.
She can make me mad in a minute.
All right, somebody else.
It can make a huge difference in your life.
Right. Somebody else.
We had met yesterday during a session, and I was searching for her all day yesterday too. So it gave us an opportunity to kind of reconnect, and so I could thank her from yesterday. So that was kind of cool.
Very good. Good. Somebody else, I heard somebody say a minute is a long time. And so a lot can happen in a minute. And every day, as leaders on your campuses, as leaders in your communities, every minute matters. And the reality of it is you can draw so many people as interests, or you can even turn people off in a minute. And so a minute matters. All right, great job. So what we want to discuss here is, do you have balance? We'll do some self-reflection activities, strategies for achieving balance, and then we'll talk about some takeaways, all right? So part of what I realized in college, with college students, is like I said, there's so many stressors that college students are under. And so I did a case study, and here were some of the results that we found. And so 85% of college students said that they deal with stress on a daily basis. 77% said that they had stress over academic concerns. 74% said they had stress about grades. 67% said about finances. 54% were concerned about their families and stressed about families. 53% were stressed about relationships. But you can't just stay there. So here what I want to talk about is, where do we go from here in dealing with stress? How many of you feel like you fall into one of these categories? All right, very good, very good. All right, so the reality of it is, this is your life, right? You're trying every day, you're trying to juggle so much. So you're trying to, when you wake up, you got to check your Facebook, you got to check your Instagram, you got to take a selfie before you do most things throughout the day. You get to class, you got papers to do, you got to get across campus and work at your job in your office. You got a boss who's asking you to put on more events, and you got to do research and all that type of stuff for work and for your classes. And so it seems like all of this stuff is going on, and you're able to juggle it, right? But what happens when your life goes from this to looking like this? Right? And this can happen in a minute. You fail a class, you fail an exam, you aren't able to, your job starts cutting hours. Those of you who may work in restaurants and different places, your hours may get cut. You're working on campus and your activity didn't go well. And so just when your activity doesn't go well, it makes you feel like, dang, I put all this work into this and not a lot of people showed up, right? And so it begins to affect other areas of your life, to the point where you may start saying to yourself, how do I bounce back? I thought I had everything together. A relationship goes bad. Somebody you trusted and you liked, stuff like that. Now it goes bad. And now you're feeling stressed about it, right? And so what I want you to do now is, let's open your workbooks. And I want you to see, let's look at how balanced your life is. And so there's 15 questions here. And I want you to answer true or false to the 15 statements.
I only have number 10 through 15. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Really did it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will email this to all of you, and you can do it. I'll get your information, and I'll email it to you, because I want you to be able to take this exam. All right. So.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So the reality of it is, how many of you are able to get some of vacation time?
This is vacation.
Anybody?
Yeah, this is vacation.
Except for
No,
the summer
no.
if you don't take class.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
That was mine.
This is not considered vacation, but any vacation. All right. And some of you, you just maybe doing college, or if you travel with your families, that's good. But it's good for you to be able to get some type of relaxation time. Vacation time where you're not answering emails, you're not always answering your phone and phone calls. You have to be able to get some type of time in where it's what I call me time. And part of that is understanding that you have to carve out in your schedule some time that's for you. Everything that you do right now is about everybody else. And so how do you get to the place where you can find some time, where you can have some time for yourself? All right? And so your vacation doesn't even have to look like this. All right, this is just a picture that I took on one of my vacations, but it doesn't have to look exactly as this. All right, but you have to be able to get some type of vacation time in. All right? How many of you work out?
Attempt to.
Good? Okay.
3 to 5 times a week.
Right? And it's good to get some type of workout space in, and you don't have to spend thousands of hours in the gym. Like, it's amazing when you see people who go, like, on your campuses, where their legs look like the chairs, the legs on the chairs, and their upper bodies are like this, and they walk around like all pumped out. Right? Like, you don't have that much time. But if you can get at least half an hour in of cardio, get your body moving some type of way, that's a very good thing to do. Get some type of cardio in, all right? Because if not, many of you will end up looking like this. Midterm week, finals week, all right? And so you don't even want people talking to you. It's like, leave me alone. I'm tired. I feel like I can't take another project, right? And so how many of you, like, midway through the semester start feeling like this?
Midway.
You know what I mean?
I'd say midway.
And sometimes even like after welcome week, you put all this energy into events and programs, and it's really like you take months and months of planning for 2 hours of a program. And once it's done, you just want to get away from everybody. Because like, yes, finally it's done, right? And so you got to find ways to keep yourself from feeling like this. The reality of it is, and there was a study done by the UCLA, and it studied 2,500 people participated in it, and what they found was that 54% of the people in the study wake up at least 3 to 4 times at night. And it's so much on their mind that people aren't able to sleep throughout the night. And so you have to find ways to make sure you're getting rest. And as a college student, it's difficult because there's campus parties going on, there's evening activities going on, you live in a dorm, there's res life programs going on. So everybody wants you to be everywhere. But the reality of it is you can't dance. I use this expression, you can't dance on every set. And so you have to pick and choose what you will do and what you won't do. Eating healthy. How many of you feel like this is your choice throughout the day? All right? And it's difficult when you're in college. Why? It's because you have the cafeteria food, and then somewhere across campus is like the good food. It's got like fries and chicken fingers and burgers that you can get at different hours. There's always, you know, like what stays open late? The unhealthy stuff, right? So you can't really get a salad late at night, but surely you can get Taco Bell or McDonald's. And so it's what's your food choice? What are your options? And so even when you talk about living healthy, the reality of it is anybody answer, what is this?
Apple.
Okay.
Granny Smith apple.
Granny Smith apple. I'll go a step further
Fiber.
and say, this is you. And what do you mean this is me?
You're not going to hit with a sledgehammer.
No, I'm not. No.
This is your.
So this is you. You are this apple. And because this represents you, because we as people are very layered. And as student leaders, you are layered. As even as advisors, we are layered. And so what happens is we let people see who is on the outside. We want people to recognize that we are this Granny Smith apple. And it's very shiny, and Granny Smith apples are green, and they're different from other apples. So we want people to know us from what is on the outside, right? But how many times do you really let people see what's layered on the inside? How many people really know like the stresses that you're under? How many people really know like that you almost want to quit what you're doing? How many people know the frustrations that you're really dealing with? How many people really know? And because the reality of it is each and every one of us in the midst of being very successful, there's still some like stress and brokenness to it, each and every one of us. Right? We deal with so many frustrations, and sometimes we suffer in silence. Because some of us are glad to be away and live on campus because we don't want to think about what's happening back at home. And some of us have various disappointments that we come to college with, and it's like, how do we get allow ourselves to have these layers taken